Hi guys, today we're going to be making a 1-point perspective drawing of most of your favorite place to go, the mall. So you're going to make a mall and it's going to have a 1-point perspective, meaning everything disappears at 1 point, which is the vanishing point. You're going to have whatever stores you want and it's going to look like you could walk into those stores. So there's one example and here's another example. And again, you can put whatever stores you want. This one has a bakery, pet store, toy store. This one has Starbucks, Forever 21, a fish store, Foot Locker. So you can put whatever stores you want into your mall. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing you're gonna do when you get your paper is you're gonna start out by mapping out your paper. So you're gonna draw a horizontal line. You're gonna line up your ruler to the edge of your paper. So if you're not lining up your ruler to the edge of your paper right here, then it's incorrect. So you have to line up your ruler to the edge of your paper. Ooh, I just bumped into my finger. That's not good. So if I just put my ruler down, my line might be straight, but it might not be level. So in order for it to be level, you've got to line up your ruler to the edge of your paper. Then I'm going to flip my ruler and I'm going to do a vertical line the same way. Line up my ruler to the edge of my paper and I'm going to make a vertical line just like that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make diagonal lines from the middle line to the outside edges. And I'm not even concerned that this vanishing point is necessarily in the middle because mine's not. Mine's definitely over to the left. I'm more concerned that your lines are perfectly horizontal and perfectly vertical. And how you achieve that is lining your ruler up to the edge of your paper. Okay, so now I'm making my diagonal lines. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my floor. So to make my floor, I can keep this line and I can make a tile floor like this picture. And how I do that is I can add more diagonal lines going to, or I'm sorry, more lines going to the vanishing point like this. And then add lines that are completely horizontal. So I can do that by just using my ruler, making lines going to the vanishing point. This one's really easy to do. Just make lines going to the vanishing point, and then when I'm done with that, I line my ruler up to the edge of my paper and I make lines going sideways. Okay, that's an easy way to do that. Another way I can do a floor is like this, and this is more of an intricate tile. So I'm going to do this one to show you this one because it's a little bit harder. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make my horizontal lines. So I'm going to make my horizontal lines go from one line to another. So I'm going to make some of these. I should have erased that middle line first, actually. So when you do this, you need to erase the middle line first because it'll be a little bit easier for you. Keep trying to use that eraser and there's really not an eraser there. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to go to the vanishing point and I'm going to do every other one. So I'm going to do one, skip one, skip one, skip one, and then I'm going to rotate and I'm going to do every other one the opposite. Skip one, skip one, skip one, skip one, opposite. Okay, and then back. This will probably be my last one. Like that. And then I have a staggered tile floor like this. So that's how you achieve this kind of tile floor. Or if you had it, you can do it even wider and it almost looks like wood as well. So that's how you would achieve that look. Like I said, this is the easier route. You do the same thing, just do solid lines going through. Or you could do the tile look like this. Or if you wanted to just leave straight lines, that'd be fine as well. Okay, so moving on. The next thing you're gonna do is you are going to erase this side line. Okay, but you want to leave it there just lightly, and that's why we drew it in the first place, okay? And you're gonna make doors, and your doors need to be above that horizon line that you had written. And that's why we do that. You want it to be halfway between that and the line above it. So that's where you want your doors to be. And I do those all at once. So I draw one, skip some space, draw another one, skip some space, draw another one, skip some space, and draw another one. So you could probably do 4 on each side. So halfway between 1, 2, 3, 4. You really have that last one going off the page. Whoa, those are not even. Let's try that again. See, even our teachers make mistakes. Even our teachers need to erase. Actually, that one's maybe a little bit better, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3. Like I just tore my paper. 4. Okay, now I have the tops of my buildings. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the sides of my buildings. So I'm gonna line my ruler again up with the edge of my paper to make a perfectly straight line. And I'm gonna have my buildings, or my doors to my mall stores go straight up and down. And I'm only gonna work on half of this because you guys can, once you see half, you'll know how to do the other half. Okay, and then I'm gonna do that going halfway down. Ah, I just wrote right into my road. That's a big door. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, and this door looks funny because it's so far away, it just looks weird. It's okay though. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on my ceiling. So I'm going to leave this line because it helps you guide your ceiling. Okay, and most malls have like a rounded roof because it gives the illusion of a bigger ceiling. But if you want your roof to be pointed, you can have a pointed ceiling like this going, like some malls have like a triangular roof. If you want your mall to have a rounded roof, you can. But it helps to just draw it half at a time. So whichever kind of roof you want, you can have, but don't do both because that looks weird. Okay, so either a triangular roof or a rounded roof, that's fine either way. And then once you get that done, you can kind of erase the middle. Okay, so that's how the roof is. But back to the stores. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna make the stores where they're open so you can walk inside. So how you're gonna do that is you're gonna line your ruler up to the edge of your paper again, and you're going to make the second door, the second line of your door open. So how you're gonna do that is you're gonna push it, you're gonna make a line going in. Not the first line, the second line for each door. So you're gonna have it go into the second line, like that. Okay, so it looks like you could walk in there. Okay, so here's the next door. I'm gonna make it where this door is open for business. And then the next door. And it's all about lining up your ruler and getting it straight, because if it's not straight, it'll look wonky, I promise. Okay, so now I have doors where you can walk on in there and go on inside. And then comes the fun part. You can design stuff. Anything that's on this wall is facing us, okay? It's coming right at us. So you could put whatever you want on that wall, and you don't have to have it line up to anything. It doesn't have to be perspective, okay? Now, if you have anything in the hallway or a sign out here, like on this wall, like saying, come on in, or a sign that says Foot Locker, or a sign that says sale, and it's on the outside wall right here, then it needs to be lined up to the vanishing point. Okay, so if I have a sale sign or an open sign or a sign with a big shoe on it because it's a shoe store, if I have a sign right here, it needs to be lined up to the vanishing point on the top and the bottom. So just like the tops of our doors have to be lined up to the vanishing point, this sign right here has to be lined up to the vanishing point on the top and bottom, and then it could say open or whatever else you want it to say. Okay, the tops of your buildings, if it has a sign on top of it, same thing. So if I have a sign right here that says candy store, or says whatever mall stores you want to have in your mall, and it doesn't have to be a real store, it could be a made-up store, I'm okay with that. If you want to have it say Secret Smart, because we just shop Secret Smart, right? You could have Secret Smart going on at your mall where you sell trash like I do for B-Bucks. You could do that. Okay, so on this wall inside, you could have things hanging on the wall, pictures. So like on these pictures here, where it goes in, you could have things like they have a little seating area and they have a picture on the wall. I'll put it closer so you could see. So once the store goes in, you could have different things inside the store. Okay, so that's how we lined it up, and that's how that works, where the things go inside the store. Remember, you have to have flooring on the floor. So right here, this is floor, and right here, this is the wall inside the store. So this is the floor of Secret-Smart, this is the wall, so I'd put trash on the wall, I guess, right? Free, because it's free trash, right, at Secret-Smart. Or free B-Bucks. Okay, whatever. And then I'd have my little B-Bucks on the wall. Whatever. Okay, so you guys get the idea? And when you are done, your design needs to get checked before you get to coloring. Once your design is checked and you have a good design going on and it's approved, you can start coloring. And I want it colored no peekaboos. If you want it white like this one is colored white. You don't get to color it, or you don't get to leave it white. You have to color it white. All right? Happy 1 point perspective. Bye.